Good morning, my dear friends in Jesus Christ. We are in the 7th week of Easter season. Today's gospel is taken from John chapter 21 verses 20 to 25. Central message of today's gospel is sacrifice. Friends, there were plenty of gospels in the church written by many. We see like the Gospel of Thomas, Gospel of Mary Magdalena, Gospel of Peter, Gospel of Judas, Gospel of Philip, Gospel of Bartholomew, Gospel according to Hebrews, Gospel according to Egyptians, the Gospel of the 12 Apostles, Secret Book of James, Infancy Gospel of James, Infancy Gospel of Thomas, Infancy Gospel of Pseudo Matthew, Proto Gospel of St. James, and Arabic Gospel of Infancy, a story of Joseph the carpenter, and the transition of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Dear friends, all these Gospels speak about the life of Jesus, called apocryphal Gospels, and are not recognized by the church. So let's imagine if whole sky changes into paper, whole trees of the universe change into pens, and whole waters of the rivers change into ink. Will we be able to write down the teachings of Christ? Definitely not. Because the reason is, He is beyond the time and limit. So that's why John says in today's gospel reading, there are also many other things that Jesus did. If every one of them were written down, I suppose the world itself could not contain the books that would be written. So dear friends, let us ask a question to ourselves. What importance do I give to the Gospels? Friends, there was an internal violence that took place in America. And during this time, the President Abraham Lincoln had a personal assistant, a youth. His work was very simple. So one day he said to the president, "Sir, I wish to sacrifice my life for the nation, but the work that I do here is the work of a girl. So therefore, please do send me to the violent spot so that I shall fight and die for the nation." At once the president asked him back, "Is this only the sacrifice that you die for the nation, or is it not the sacrifice that you live for the nation?" Yes, it is a big sacrifice that you do when you do your work that is entrusted to you. So that's why we see in today's gospel, when Jesus foretold about the death of Peter, there was an argument about how the death of John, the beloved disciple of Jesus, would take place. Friends, there are two types of martyrdom. One is dying for Christ and another is living for Christ. Beloved disciple of Jesus, that is John, belongs to second type, that is living for Christ. Yes, dear friends, John's death was not just like other disciples' death, like killing or cut into pieces or martyrdom, etc. Rather, his death was very much natural at his old age. But friends, he lived a life of witnessing for the gospel. My dear friends, let us close our eyes for a while. Pray to the Father. Lord, it is John who sacrificed his life, especially in writing, especially in doing your will, and especially witnessing for the gospel. Lord, help every one of us to live for you and to become witnesses for your gospel. Amen.